New research out claims workplace health and safety in New Zealand is severely lacking, with almost 1 in 2 Kiwis affected by workplace incidents. The health and safety failures cost the country $4.9 billion last year alone. It's the Business Leaders Health and Safety Forum's 2024 report called State of a Thriving Nation. It found close to half, 50% of Kiwis, have been hit by a workplace incident to themselves or their colleagues, family or friends. And while our performance is slowly improving, our fatality rate is 60% higher than Australia and more than 500 times higher than the UK. Quite the head scratcher. And Australia and the UK supposedly have quite similar legislative settings as ours. Labor's workplace relations and safety spokesperson is Camilla Belich, and she joins me now. Camilla, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate you being available. This report paints what looks like a dire situation for many Kiwi workers. What did you make of it?
Yes, it is a very sobering report. I think we can take 2 things from it. One is that we need some changes in relation to how health and safety is managed in New Zealand. And the second thing we can take from it is it's obviously possible to make improvements in this area. And when I say that, I don't say so lightly. This is actually making sure that people are safe at work, they're not injured at work, they're not dying at work. So it should be really a bare minimum for employers. And the reason we know that's possible is because we can see other countries that we like to compare ourselves to, like Australia, but as you say, like the United Kingdom, that have much, much lower fatality rates. You know, and that's accounting for size, and it's accounting for the fact that they're a much bigger country. Still, when you take those things into account, a 500% difference is just huge. And it actually means that Kiwis are dying at work. It is staggering.
Oh, well, you'll know, Camilla, Workplace Relations and Safety Minister Brooke Van Velden launched consultation in June on work for health and safety. You have said what she is doing is ideological opposition to regulation. What did you mean by that?
Well, what I meant by that really was what I hope the Minister will look to in this review is really how to make New Zealand's workplaces safer as the main objective, not just getting rid of a regulation because her belief is we should have fewer of them, and she's entitled to have that belief, but I really would hope that she should have worker safety as the main focus of it. And that's not just because I think that's a good idea, it's because these statistics and comparative examples from overseas really show that what we're lacking in New Zealand is a system that is really keeping our workers safe. And so I hope that as part of this review, she really takes on board some of the things in this report, some of the recommendations that they have, and also that we can learn from other health and safety systems which are doing better at protecting their citizens from workplace injuries.
There has been those that have said, Camilla, that health and safety regulations are too strict or too ambiguous to comply with. Would you agree with that?
I think it would probably depend on the regulation that you're looking at. I think what I've been learning since I've been talking to people in the sector around health and safety is that health and safety really works best when people who are involved in that industry and in that workplace, and actually workers who are doing the job, are really involved in making sure that they have a safe workplace. So I think actually that should be more of the focus. You know, how can we make this work better for ourselves? I'm under no illusions that there are improvements that can be made, and I'll certainly hope so, looking at these statistics. So I would welcome improvements, but I just hope that there are improvements that do have at the heart of their intention increasing the safety of our workplaces.
Are you a bit concerned that further job cuts to our leading Crown workplace regulator, WorkSafe, and it looks like they're going to have further cuts as well? Is that concerning?
I think that is concerning, and I know that, as we've discussed, the Minister is doing a review, but I think in the meantime it's really clear that we do need a health and safety regulator that can effectively do its job, and I'm really worried that further job cuts, on top of cuts that we've already seen in the budget this year, will make it more difficult for them to do their job. We know that we need them to do a better job. We know we need better outcomes for New Zealand workers, and I think it is concerning if they have fewer resources in which to do that with. It makes that turnaround that we need to see a lot harder.
And look, I would agree, but you will know that, I mean, there was a 34-page paper last September that showed that WorkSafe did not have a handle on how it was resourced. It needed bailing out to the tune of 18 million. So there clearly are some issues there.